Okay, in this lab we're going to configure some local storage. Right off the bat, we go to our nice little server B here, and we're going to go to click File and Storage Services. Now here we're going to click Disk, and we have all 4 offline disks. We're going to right click number 1 here, and we're going to say Bring Online. And it's already online on another server, so we're going to go ahead and bring it online on this server. We're going to right click, and now we're going to say Initialize, and we're going to go ahead and continue. Now we're going to go up here and click Tools. We're going to go to Computer Management. There is our Disk Management Snap-in. We're going to right click the Disk 2 down here. We can move this up if we like. Okay, we're going to right click, and we're going to it's already initialized. Okay, let's see if we have one that's not initialized. Nope. We're going to put Disk 2 online, and now we're going to initialize disk. We're going to select the GPT GUI partition table and click OK. And we see now that the disk changes to online, and we're going to do the same in disk 3 down here. First we're going to bring it online, and then second we're going to initialize disk. We're going to make a GPT format, and now disk number 3 comes online. Now we're going to bring up our third server here. Let's bring up Sever Manager into the File and Storage Services. We're going to click Volumes. Okay, under Task here, we can select New Volume, and then the New Volume wizard appears. There we go. Now you have the Before You Begin page, and click Next on that. Okay, we're going to have to bring this one online. Now we can go to Volumes, and we want to have a new volume. We click Next. Now we can select disk 1. We're going to click Next, and it's going to be brought online, initialized as a GPT disk, and we're going to say OK. We want the size to be 10, and we're going to click Next. Now we want to assign a drive letter. E is fine. We're going to click Next. Now we're going to select the file system. We're going to leave it as default with NTFS. As you can see, you can also select the new REFS, which is can only be read by Windows Server 2012 and Windows 8. So if you have older systems, I wouldn't use that just yet. But we're going to leave the NTFS and select Next. Now the Confirm Selections page appears, and those look like what we want, so we will create our 10 GB disk 1. Okay, it's finished, so we click Close, and we can see our new drive E down here. It's fixed with 10 GB. Okay, we're going to switch to the Computer Management console. We're going to go down here to Disk Management. We're going to right click this unallocated space for Disk 2, and we're going to create a new simple volume. We're going to make this size in megabytes now, 10,000 megabytes. Click Next. We're going to assign the drive letter F, and we're going to keep the same format partition as in TFS. And now we can review our selections and finish, it will create a new simple volume on disk 2. Now you can see that we have just under our 10,000 megabytes, which is 9 gigabytes, formatted, and we still have 5.20 gigabytes unformatted. Now we're going to go to PowerShell, and we're going to create a new partition, a 10 gigabyte simple volume on disk 3. So to do so question 3 in the lab 3 is, what Windows PowerShell command should you use to create a simple volume of the same size on disk 3 using drive letter G? Well, this is rather misleading, because first you have to get the disk, and hopefully it's a raw disk. Second, you have to initialize the disk, then you partition the disk, and last you format the volume. Okay, now later on when we get into scripting, I'll show you how to put all 4 of these commands together. However, for right now, we are just taking it one command at a time. So first we get disk, and we want disk number 3. Okay, it gives us some information. We notice, yes, it is a raw partition style, so we are all good to go on. Then we initialize disk 3. Okay, now we want to put in our new partition, and we are going to assign this hasn't been working. I'm going to try it again, where we assign our own drive letter and then put our size at 10 gigabytes. I do know that we can go in and just let the system assign its own drive letter. So we will do that. And now we are going to put in our size. Here we are at our PowerShell command prompt. First we want to get the disk. It's number 3. It tells us, oh, I already initialized it. It's already been initialized. Okay, so we want to new partition, and we have to tell it what disk. So disk number 3, assign drive letter, and again, I'm not sure. It's just the system will assign it a drive letter, and we want the size to be 10 gigabytes. Okay, and we have it. Now if we'd like, we can format the volume. Format volume drive letter. We're going to do it by drive letter, so we have to put in the drive letter, and it is G. That worked out very nice. File system. It doesn't matter if they're capitalized or not. It just helps me know what I'm doing here. NTFS helps it. It's better readability, I guess. And we can say confirm false. And always, if you have a variable, it is preceded by a $, and your parameters, as we know, are preceded by the dash. Confirm. Okay, so the default for confirm is apparently true. I don't know why it didn't take false. That is how it's listed in all the literature. And here we are formatting drive letter G, file system NTFS, and it is 0 of 2 completed, and I'm going to pause until it's finished. Okay, once we get to that lighter green color across the top, we know it's basically working. Since this is on schools, on the school servers, I'm sure it's running pretty slow right about now, about 11:20. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of this. We're going to cancel out of that. Okay, so we're going to go to File and Storage Services. We're going to go to Storage Pools. Okay, here we go. We're going to create a storage pool, and we're going to go to Storage Pools, and we're going to go up to the top of the screen, click Task, New Storage Pool, and we have our typical Before You Begin page. We're going to click Next. We're going to specify a storage pool name. We're going to call it Pool 1, and we're going to put it on disk, use space from disk 1 and 2 here. And then we have our confirm selections. Okay, and we're going to click Create. I guess I should pause. Okay, it's completed. So we hit Close. We select Storage Pool 1. Right click and select New Virtual Disk. We have our typical Before You Begin page. Click Next. Select the storage pool. Okay, click Next. Specify the virtual disk name. We'll just call it Data 1. Click Next. We want select the storage layout. We want a parity, and we'll click Next. And it says there is not a sufficient number of physical disks to support the parity. So we will select Mirror and click Next. And we will leave the fixed provisioning type selected. We want to specify a size of 10 gigabytes, and it exceeds the storage pool capacity, so we'll just select maximum size there. Click Next. We confirm our selections and click Create. Close. We have our storage pool with our virtual disks down here created. Okay, in the virtual disk, we're going to right click that and select New Volume. We have our typical Before You Begin page, and we are going to create a volume on disk 4 using all of the space, so we will select that. Click Next. Okay, we'll use all of that space. Click Next. We want to assign drive letter J. Okay, and click Next. Yes, we will use the NTFS file system and confirm our selections and create. So now we're going to use PowerShell to remove the virtual disk we just created and the storage pool we just created. And it is done. And now we want to remove the storage pool. Friendly name is Pool 1. And default is yes. And it is complete. So that is how you do that. And yes, they are gone. So we have deleted them successfully. And that is the end of Lab 3. Thank you. Keep watching and please subscribe. Bye.